Hi everyone, I'm Ken from CryptoTradingKS, and the inventor of the CTKS method, where you know where smart money is buying and selling, and the founder of Positive Excellence, the secret to finding happiness and meaning in life, as well as financial prosperity. We've seen a wave of regulatory news, predominantly from the SEC, in the past 24 hours. Just bear in mind, Bitcoin is on the headmast of the Wall Street Journal. Crypto is not going anywhere except mainstream. And there was a very interesting article out overnight about Wall Street firms oversee billions backing Tether. This story revolves around Cantor Fitzgerald. Cantor Fitzgerald was formed in 1945 as an investment bank and brokerage. It's a premier dealer of government securities. And now Cantor Fitzgerald is helping to oversee Tether's $39 billion in treasury holdings. The Tether token was the world's first stable coin. And what we see with Tether is kind of murky, and it's always been murky. Where does it reside? If we look here and try to find out where actually Tether is based, it's always been a murky thing. According to Wikipedia, iFinex actually owns Tether, and that's a Hong Kong-based company. iFinex also owns the Bitfinex cryptocurrency exchange. When we look at the VC, or venture capital firm, analysis platform Crunchbase, Tether comes up as being listed in Hong Kong. Tether currently has a market capitalization of $68.194 billion, and Wall Street is managing $39 billion of that in treasury holdings. Cantor Fitzgerald is a Wall Street firm. This week has been Fed week, but next week it's CPI week, as well as an extension on Fed week. The Fed has been saying that interest rates need to keep on increasing. That's why we're seeing yields actually blow out at the moment. China's reopening is supposedly pushing inflation higher. Why do I say supposedly? Because a lot of the inflation has to do with supply-side constriction. China reopening should actually ease supply constraints across the world. We're keeping a bit of an eye on gold at the moment, as the US is poised to tighten technological exports to China after the balloon incident. Security officials in the US said that the balloon that was shot down carried antennas and sensors for collecting intelligence and listening to communications. When looking at C19, we can still see that the cumulative death rate inside China is climbing exponentially, even though the number of cases worldwide is totally down. The thing to note is that countries close to China, for example Japan, that has less than 50% of the population of the US, is recording 50% more cases. So there's a lot of cases breaking out. And what's also close to China is South Korea, recording an uptick in new cases as well. China has literally stopped reporting its C19 statistics. We'll be looking towards the gold price to understand if C19 is hitting financial markets globally. And also, Russia is to cut oil output in response to Western sanctions, pushing up prices. With all this background information in mind, let's run the numbers. Bitcoin is currently down 1.12% to 21,745. Ethereum is down 2.44% to 1533. Gary Gensler, the chair of the Securities Exchange Commission, has been on a bit of a crypto-wide attack plan for quite some time, and Kraken reaches a $30 million settlement with the SEC over staking as the IRS seeks user information. But not all of the SEC agrees with Gary's actions. Commissioner Hester Peirce of the SEC disagreed and dissented with the shutdown of Kraken's staking program. Hester is against Gary's focus on enforcement creating regulation inside an industry that's just emerging. Hester, we want you to be the replacement for Gary. And of course, this news had an impact on the crypto market. Gary Gensler is treating everything as a security. For example, if you collected digital trading cards, yeah, that's a security and you need to register with the SEC to sell them. And this is a bit of a problem because Gary Gensler is out of control. But why such a flurry of activity from Gary? Well, US lawmakers are questioning the SEC chair, Gary Gensler, on the timing of the Sam Bankman-Fried arrest. There's no better way to actually avoid any scrutiny than to create a distraction, and Gary is creating a storm of distractions. The crypto industry has noted that Gary gave incredibly favorable treatment to FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried. And two members of the US House Financial Services Committee are looking into it. They're calling on the SEC chairman, Gary Gensler, to come up and be transparent, to come in and talk about it. And the irony has not been lost. Gary Gensler is famous for saying to crypto firms, come in and talk to me about your tokens, and we'll work with you to enforce you out of business. What goes around comes around. Sorry, Gary, karma is coming. In other news, Bit2Me and MasterCard launch a debit card with crypto cashback. I guess MasterCard didn't get the memo from Gary. MasterCard has been quite active in the crypto space. It's a very forward-thinking financial services company. A lot of people are just in mysticism. Why is the crypto market pulling back? Why is the stock market pulling back? It has to do with yields. And we were pointing this out some time ago. When yields start to increase, that puts a lot of pressure on crypto, but it also puts it on the stock market. And we know crypto cannot escape the stock market's gravity. What we're actually seeing is the 10-year, the 30-year, the 5-year, the 20-year, and the 2-year. They're all coming up. When yields increase like this, it's actually informing us that the federal funds rate is expected to go up. And that is what is actually occurring at the moment. We're seeing greater probabilities of increases in the federal funds rate. Increased yield expectations are putting negative pressure into the crypto market, and we can see Bitcoin has been coming down. Bitcoin is currently 21,760. There's a broad range of smart money support between the levels 20,629 to 20,979. That's about 5% down from the current price. We know as Bitcoin goes, so too does the entire crypto market. That's why we need to look at Bitcoin. It's very, very important. When looking at the Bitcoin longs and the Bitcoin shorts, the shorts are getting more and more confident, and the longs have been heavily hit and losing confidence at the moment. And Masterclass students, you get my live chart in TG34. The one thing that we note from this particular price action, prices are trying to stabilize, and you can see that more clearly through this particular price action. We've overcome one level of resistance, and we're just trading slightly down at the moment. There's a lot of negative momentum inside the market, but that doesn't mean it's going to stay there. I'm looking at the market right now and saying about time it's retraced, because now we can get on the right side of the percentage. So what we can literally see here, there were a lot of long liquidations, and now the shorts just recently, perhaps the past 4 hours or so, are just starting to get liquidated. Looking to total liquidations, we can see 150.28 million in 24-hour liquidations across 59,013 positions. And when we look at the past 24 hours, we can see about 72% long. And what about 12 hours? 52% long. What about 4 hours? Whoa, going the other way. 82% short. And what about the past hour? Around 78% short. So we can see the longs and the shorts are just taking turns on liquidating each other. But We can also see that as the shorts get liquidated, they actually stabilize the price. This is something good to keep in mind. Rocket Pool's Ethereum staking service reaches 1 billion in total value locked, or TVL. Ethereum co-founder Joe Lubin says there's no chance that Ethereum is classified as a security. When looking at the smart money levels on Ethereum, we can see Ethereum is below a smart money sell level. And that smart money sell level is between 1581 and 1607. Currently, Ethereum is 1529. The next smart money buy level, and this is formed through the CTKS method, where we look at objective dynamic market structure. We look at all of price history and see where the real support and resistance levels are, as though we were looking through institutional eyes. It's a very, very powerful methodology, and you can learn it once and apply it for a lifetime. And we can see the next level of support is 1475 to 1482. There's definitely a lot of probing going on right now, and stablecoin issuer Paxos is reportedly being probed by New York regulators. Now, how does this relate to the crypto industry? Paxos, or Paxos Trust Company, is the New York-based stablecoin issuer behind Binance USD and the Paxos Dollar USDP. Could this create a bit of crypto-specific headwind? Yes, I believe it could, so we'll keep our eye on how BNB actually progresses. BNB currently trading at 308, and we can see it's in a smart money once buy, potentially sell level. We're not quite sure because this is looking really, really weak. If price action was more up here, there would be more buyers coming into support, but we can see it's very, very low towards the tail end, towards this 306 level. Will it actually hold? That is the key. But if it doesn't hold, what's the next support zone? It's potentially around 9% down, between 281 and 286. Please let me know in the comments, does this help you out, giving you these smart money buy and sell levels? Let's have a quick look at XRP. We can see XRP is following Bitcoin's gravity, but it's below a smart money sell area from 39.37 to 4,002. XRP is currently 38.42. The next smart money buy level is from 35.59 to 36.10. Looking at ADA, ADA is currently trading for 365. We can see it's below a smart money sell level from 377 to 384. But the question is, where is the next smart money buy area? It's around 22% below the current price, and that's going to bound from 281 to 307. You can see it's incredibly important to understand market structure. Without market structure, you're simply looking at a price chart and hoping. Our community is all about knowledge transfer, actually understanding these skills and applying them in market for yourself. And of course, you can apply the CTKS method to crypto, forex, stock market, anything. I'd like to give a call out to Daryl. Daryl said episode 803 was very helpful in that the review of the CTKS support and resistance zones and how current price interacted with the zones was instructive for me. Using smaller size orders, layering into my favorite crypto assets, worked for me on today's red day as I picked up some buys on orders placed under market price about 2 weeks ago. Congratulations, Daryl. That's really, really good practice. Always ready for the market to go down, sideways, or up with a plan for any outcome. Daryl, I'm really proud of you. And this is exactly how professionals think. They think in terms of 3 different dimensions, up, down, and sideways, but they always factor the down in first. Let's have a look at DOGE. And what is DOGE doing? Currently at 826, it's trying to come up and challenge this smart money sell area between 831 and 835. As traders, we can just literally take positions in support and sell at resistance. It's a very, very effective thing to do, but just make sure that your required rate of return is being met. Bitcoin is currently down 1.22%, 1.23% now for the last 24 hours. But yet, there are always opportunities inside the crypto market. We can see the greatest gainers in the past 24 hours. MENA, LRC, The Graph, HBAR, IMX, AGIX, Rocket Pool, and Nexo. But the question is, what is Rocket Pool doing in there? It's down 5%, coin market cap. The greatest losers over the past 24 hours: Fracshare, LDO, DYDX, TON, NEO, Link, Solana, and Curve. We always keep our mind on how Bitcoin's gravity is impacting the alts, and you can see that blue line there. So if you look at Ethereum, BNB, XRP, and ADA, is this blue line giving a directional bias to price action on those major alts? Please let me know in the comments. Looking at the next top 8 to complete the top 16. From yesterday, we saw Matic, Doge, Solana, DOT, SHIB, Litecoin, AVAX, and Tron. And what's happened? In the past 24 hours, SHIB and DOT decided to change places, as did Tron and AVAX. I'll show you. I was mentioning yesterday that Matic likes to go in diversion or opposite to Bitcoin. When Bitcoin comes down like this, Matic and Tron tend to do quite well. And we've seen Matic hold up relatively well and Tron change positions with AVAX. The real standout here is SHIB. SHIB has come up quite nicely from being about 23% down to only being 14.5% down. And you might say, Ken, that's still down. But if you're on the right side of the percentage and you're buying these long tail rejections, you can actually make money, even though the thing is going down. As a community, we excel in doing things like that. And that kind of mindset is really unique to traders, because traders are always dealing with percentages. They have to get in and they have to get out fast. Does that mean they'll leave something on the table? Sure, that's always possible. But the other type of thing that's always possible is that over the long term, they can do far, far better than any investor. In yesterday's comments, Art said, "For me, this has been a fantastic day of buying on red. I've had many trades close recently in profit, so there was a lot of dry powder to work with. This is most definitely a trader's market. For me, this is almost the opposite of fear of missing out or FOMO when the market is high. I've learned not to buy all the great deals out there on the first day of red, because there may be better deals around the corner to take advantage of tomorrow and the next day. There is an art to watching the momentum of the market and deciding when things have settled down and beginning to turn the corner, and the CTKS method is one of the best tools to have in our pocket during these times." Art, like myself, has been trading for over 30 years. As a community, we love to buy on red and sell on green, which is BORSOG. And we know that there's always an opportunity inside the crypto market. In fact, there are plenty of them. But the key is you need the skill. And this market is turning from an investor's market into a trader's market. And that's going to happen for the foreseeable future, for the next at least couple of years. We're going to do just a really quick overview of the stock market, because the stock market absolutely dictates where Bitcoin is going. It's important to look at all the markets. We could see the VIX, the fear gauge of the market, spiked up but then came down as we found a bit of a bounce in the technical levels. But the really interesting thing to keep your mind on, bond prices are collapsing down whilst yields are going up. And the increase in the DXY, the US dollar currency index, is putting pressure on gold. And we know from the news that we've been seeing, Oil and inflationary pressures and reopening could drive oil's price higher, and we're also seeing more risk-off activity coming into the market with the depreciation of junk bonds. The DXY is entering into a quite thick smart money sell zone, and this is important because it's going to take a bit of action to actually get it up above that. So you could expect some volatility inside this band. We can also see that the S&P 500 ETF Trust actually found its smart money support level and is getting over a secondary one. This is actually quite good for the markets, because if the markets rally, what's going to happen to crypto? Please let me know in the comments. We could expect a little bit of choppiness with gold because we know that the DXY is in a very steep, very thick smart money sell zone, and we can also see that gold has bounced off its support and is trying to challenge the next level. Gold is currently 1875 and it's trying to come up to this 1878 to 1880 level. But it's having a little bit of problem because the dollar is actually going up at the current time. But if the dollar finds too many sellers, we would expect gold to go up. Also, I was mentioning geopolitical tension is very, very good for gold. Gold absolutely loves drama, and when you look at gold experts, generally, not always, some are pretty cool, but generally the gold experts, especially the ones that talk on media, are all doom and gloom. The world is ending, the world is ending. Of course, because they need the world to end for gold to go up. But it's not always the case. Not everybody is like that. Please let me know in the comments, what is the person that is most active and most negative that you know about in the gold space? As a global family, nearly 16,000 strong, we know that many of us will be going through life pullbacks. If you're going through one at the moment, and our hearts go out to all the people in Turkey and Syria as the death count just continues to go up and up. And if you're going through a life pullback at the moment, please know that our global family's love and healing thoughts are with you. You're not alone. We always solve our problems through positive excellence, not negative excellence. This world tends to throw no end of problems our way. Problems are just a normal part of life. And some people have horrendous problems. The Netflix series, The Snow Girl, is really quite interesting. You can see a lot of people trying to solve their problems with positive excellence and negative excellence, especially in the later episodes. If you want to see a problem solution with negative excellence, just watch to the end of this particular series and you'll see it in glorious detail. A lot of people say, well, I'm negative, that's just me. The truth is, we're all unaware of our negative habits, and there's something really powerful here. Negative habit is just a negative habit. It's a habit. You're not your habits, because they're automatic. They just happen without our conscious awareness. In Zone 1 and 2, the majority of habits are negative. In Zone 3, the majority of habits become positive, and in Zone 4, they're pretty much all positive. Not all of them, pretty much. We're all human beings and we all have flaws, but that's okay because we try to improve just a little bit each and every day. Always remember that every positive habit makes you, and negative habits, negativity inside your personality is not inside your personality, it's inside your habits. And your habits are 100% controllable. Inside Zone 1 and Zone 2, we don't think about habits, and believe me, we all go through Zone 1 and Zone 2 on our way up to Zone 4. And Zone 4 is where all the happiness in life is. And Zone 1 and Zone 2 are where all the misery in life is. Zone 1 and Zone 2 are just a rite of passage as we go through this magical world. The key is not to stay there too long. Don't get entrenched in Zone 1 and Zone 2. A lot of people do because their habits reinforce them to stay there. It's just a habit. It's not you. We have such an incredible global family, and we're all dedicated to Zone 4 thinking. Positive excellence is the path towards happiness and financial prosperity. And a big welcome back to Miles. As a community, we're focused on positivity because you need a positive outlook to progress in life. And Tiana says that the community is an oasis on a YouTube island. Thank you, Tiana. That's a really beautiful comment. Thank you also, Bruno, for your very wonderful comment. Turning negative habits into good ones is a little bit of a trouble because the brain struggles a bit in the beginning. Bruna said, I have completely stopped consuming processed sugar almost 2 months ago. In the first 3 days, I had the worst headaches. I used to eat something sweet every day. But once that was over, my mind was so much clearer. I have a lot more energy, feeling much more centered, focused, and calm. That's absolutely fantastic, my friend. And so very, very intelligent of you for your health. Sugar is called the white death. Basically, if you want to feed cancer cells, just eat sugar. Just a little bit of a horrible revelation. But it's something that, again, as Bruna said, it's completely within our control. It's just a habit to reach for the sugar. I've personally stopped sugar many, many years ago. And guess what? You just don't miss it. A big thank you also to Rundle Ridge. Rundle Ridge said, I set up my good habits so that I do them with little reminders or triggers. For example, I put out my workout shoes or clothes in the way of my closet, so I have to walk over them in the morning, which triggers me just to put them on and get to my workout or go for a walk. What a legend. As you grow older, it's so incredibly important to keep active. A sedentary lifestyle is not a healthy one. There was a lot of discussion about swapping apples for chocolate. I just love it. Yesterday, we also spoke about keeping up with the Joneses, and Nash G said, great video as always, Ken, from the Masterclass. We are the Joneses. Happy trading to everyone. Well done, my friend. And Tales from the Man Cave said, my neighbor actually got a really nice new Porsche. And there was a time that I felt pressure to get something comparable, but these days I'm just happy for him. He's also a really nice person, and I smile when he drives by. All is good as it is. Tales, a legend again. And I am Citizen. Thank you so much, my friend. We have such an incredible global family. And Debashish, thank you so much for your very kind comment. The friendship, the warmth and the love that we all feel for each other inside our community is very, very real. And it's a little bit unexpected on YouTube as well. Our community, nearly 16,000 strong, is not a large one. We don't have millions and millions of people here, but it's a very close one and a very real one as well. And thank you so much for watching and for being here and sharing this time together. It's really special. Thank you again to Jason, and well done, Christopher W. Well done, Beardy. Nice one, my friend. Have a great weekend ahead, my friends, and I look forward to catching up with you tomorrow. Bye for now.